I am a simple reporter who tried to do a story on BGH and ran headfirst into Monsanto.
Jane Acree and her husband Steve Wilson were an award-winning investigative reporting team working at WTVT News in Tampa Bay, Florida. Then they uncovered a story about hormones being secretly injected into our milk supply. WTVT ran this promotion for the investigation.
A link to cancer.
Nobody else in the country covered this. And then they get fired for trying to tell the story.
When BGH manufacturer Monsanto threatened to sue Fox News, WTVT pulled the report, then tried to get the investigators to change their story. But the reporters wouldn't back down.
They can't ask you to put things on the air, broadcast to the public over the public airwaves that are untrue, that are unsubstantiated or flat out untrue. And that's also what they were asking us to do. They crossed that line, and that's an important distinction to make.
So Acree and Wilson threatened to report the news distortion to the FCC. That's when WTVT fired them.
They're very courageous. They file a whistleblower suit, and they go to trial.
Acree attorney John Chambliss.
Monsanto sends the letters, pieces pulled off the air, and from there on in, throughout, an effort is made to slant this story, to distort this story in a way that will benefit Monsanto. These folks refused to do it, and that's why they were fired.
Steve Wilson pled his own case.
You know what that story cost? 2 careers. Mine and my wife's.
There was only one way Acree or Wilson could win. Judge Rolf Steinberg instructed the jury they'd have to prove WTVT station management had deliberately tried to distort the news.
Proof of a violation requires that the plaintiffs establish that WTVT's station or news management acted intentionally and deliberately to falsify or distort plaintiff's proposed news report on BGH.
Wilson lost, but Jane Acree won her case.
Because she threatened to disclose to the Federal Communications Commission under oath the broadcast of a false, distorted, or slanted news report, yes.
So Acree proved news distortion. You wouldn't know it from the spin on WTVT's air.
Fox 13 representatives say the jury, through its verdicts, clearly stated that the station did not tell Acree and Wilson to falsify and distort the news through their BGH story.
I think we are completely vindicated on the finding of this jury that we do not distort news.
For lost wages, $88,725.
That does not have to do with distortion of the news. It does not have to do with falsification of the news.
For lost earning capacity, $120,750.
I think today is a wonderful day for Fox 13.
For other damages, $215,525.
Fox appealed the jury's decision. Their attorneys argued there is no law against news distortion.
You haven't found a statute, you haven't found a rule, you haven't found regulations. What we're doing is importing into that the news distortion policy.
And it went to the Second District Court of Appeals in Florida, and they bought the Fox argument that, yes, it is a policy of the FCC, but it's not technically against any law, rule, or regulation to distort the news.
What they're saying is the news really belongs to the corporation that's putting it out, and that it's not against the law to lie to the public. It's an FCC rule, but it's not against the law.
Where does that leave us as people who are served by the broadcast airwaves?
Fox 13 Vice President and General Manager Bob Linger says the station has been completely vindicated by the ruling.
Acree and Wilson ended up paying Fox attorney fees.
Hello. Yeah, so how's everybody doing YouTube? Hope everybody paid their taxes yesterday. So, I'm trying to make this a little louder because they said my voice wasn't loud enough. Anyway, so, back on point. This is about the FCC. That there isn't a law that states that the news has to be truthful. That they and I'm gonna leave you guys a link that it has laws to where how they may hoax and how they may distort, and so these are the old laws. Who knows the new laws that they put in? This is like 2008, 2003. So I'm pretty sure the updated ones are worded in a way that they could get away with anything, because that's how law works. Law works through jargon and semantic words. So, this is the new world. And I don't believe in anything like it is the old world order, but for lack of a better argument, I'm going to say the new world. And to where the only way you could be successful or have a career is by being deliberate, misleading, deviant, or corrupt. So if you have integrity, there is no place for you in this new world for you to have a career. It's actually maybe against the law. There is some shit going on. I'm going to leave you guys a couple of links that the FCC has the right to pull hoaxes. They have the right to distort facts. And it's so when you read it, it was written by lawyers. So that's what's going on. Just a heads up. Just going to leave you a couple links that there is no law that the news has to be truthful. It's actually might be the opposite, that it may be the law that you must distort facts for these weird agendas that they got going, what they're doing to us. So we're fucked. Enjoy the fucked. It's over. It's done. I'm just letting you know. Jimmy Blue Devil out.